Okay, we are live on YouTube. Mac, you're not unmuted?
Okay. Am I good
There we go.
now?
Yep.
All right. Good morning. We'll call the meeting to order at 10:37. We'll begin with our moment of remembrance for 9/11, and then Commissioner Curran is doing the invocation and Commissioner Scott the pledge. But first, a moment of remembrance. Jim, will you lead us in the invocation, please?
Be my pleasure. Let us pray. Lord, we're meeting today to conduct matters of county business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Bless this meeting with your divine intelligence and help us do right by all concerned. Please share a little of your wisdom with us so our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for your guidance and your heavenly blessings over our meeting today. Amen.
Amen.
Ezra?
Yes, would you please stand and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chickering,
Here.
Curran,
Here.
Freeling,
Here.
Harrison,
Here.
Hugo,
Here.
Hinkleman. Oh, absent. Majerick,
Here.
Meeks,
Here.
Scott,
Here.
Ballrat,
Here.
Yarborough,
Present.
Elliott.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have 11 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. We have minutes to approve from, I believe, the 27th of August. Any changes to the minutes? If not, is there a motion to approve and support?
Mr.
Commissioner
Chair.
Scott, I will move. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
Okay, I'll move and Zeke in the second.
Now,
Moved by-
Commissioner Scott seconds.
Supported by Scott. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chickering,
Yes.
Curran,
Yes.
Freeling,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Hugo,
Yes.
Majerick,
Yes.
Meeks,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Ballrat,
Yes.
Yarborough,
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 11 yeas, and the motion was made by Curran and second by Scott? Or do I have it reversed?
Oh,
Okay,
you've got it right.
No.
thank you.
Thank you. Any communications?
Yes. I sent you an email. You received 3 emails with the same communication from the email address advocacy@bluestatedigital.com with different names and no addresses regarding Michiganians deserve a fair election in November and beyond, received on August 28th, the 31st, and September 6th. Dawn Marie Smith, St. Joe, an email on Napier Avenue improvements are a welcome change for the community, received on September 1st. Terry Rushlow, St. Joe, an email commending the board on the new Napier Avenue design, received on September 1st. Rachel White, Stevensville, an email praising the board on the new Napier Avenue design, received on September 2nd. Isaac Jacobson Lowell from Massachusetts, a sales email for coronavirus testing, received on September 3rd. Administrator Dissett responded to the email on September 4th. Michael Milan Niles, an email regarding his neighbors and Niles, received on September 6th. Administrator Wright Dissett responded to the email on September 8th. That's all.
Thank you. We'll pause for a minute for public comments regarding agenda resolutions.
So Mac, you have 14 people watching. I've asked 3 times and it does not appear that we have any public comments about the resolutions that are being voted on today.
Okay. Well, do you want to wait another minute or two just in case?
I think we're good.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll move, Commissioner Hugel.
Moved by Hugel,
Majeric approves.
support by Majeric. Any discussion? Hearing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Curran,
Yes.
Freeling,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Hugo,
Yes.
Majeric,
Yes.
Meeks,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Walrath,
Yes.
Yarborough,
Yes.
Chickering,
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes,
Mr. Chair, you have 11 yeas.
thank you. Moving on to committee report. We see all 3 on the agenda. Does that mean all 3 committees met?
Now I had an error, Mac. Administration committee did not meet.
Okay. What about PHS, Bill?
We're meeting this afternoon at 1:15.
Okay. Mamie, what about finance? Did you meet?
Yes, we did. We met this morning at 9 o'clock. And one of our commissioners was absent, Commissioner John Hinkleman. On our agenda was Todd Johnson. He's the superintendent of buildings and grounds. There were 3 issues at the jail that he wanted to bring us up to date on, and some needed our approval and a motion. One was a UPS needed to be replaced. They had not figured that in the new construction, but realizing there are some cameras that are still, or electricity or something is still attached to it. And this UPS had been on the plan to change anyway. They thought they wouldn't need to, but they realized they needed to, and we made a motion so that it can be go out for bid and be done. Then there was another thing. We wanted to go out for a bid on a boiler. We had replaced one in Niles and another one needs work, and both of them needs new piping and stuff to make everything fit. And then there was something about a ventilator in the jail. That too was something that was to be done, and we're going to replace those 2 at a time. And because of there are things, should it have been in the new construction, or did they miss it, or whatever? And so corporate counsel is involved in a number of questions about the jail construction, so that we can do things right, so that when it is done, we will have all agreed and hopefully avoid any, later having to look at some things legally. Then let me see, the CARES Act. Doug James came and talked with us and visited with us, and it is suggested, he and Administrator Dissett talked about it and decided the best thing to do would be to create a CARES Act fund so that as we spend money that is eligible for the CARES Act, we can have a place to put the bills. And also as we receive money specifically through the CARES Act, we can have a place to deposit the money. That way, when we get ready to reconcile or to show what we've spent, should a commissioner ask, what did you spend on this or that? Where did it go? We'll be able to easily find it rather than trying to make something like that at the end of this virus. And there are things, dollars from the CARES Act that has specifically been designated that we can use that money for. Money will come to us for it. It's three parts, and one is hazard pay for police officers and all, and another is public safety, and another one is the coronavirus relief for local government. So we all agreed, I think, I don't know if we made a motion. Yeah, we made a motion to create that line item. Did we make a motion?
No, I think it was a consensus.
A consensus that we should have that.
Yeah.
And then we normally get revenue sharing. This is Doug James still talking to us. We normally get revenue sharing, and the amount that we expected this year was $891,000. Well, there are dollars federally and state, and what they're going to do is not give us our normal revenue sharing, but we will be allotted, or we have been allotted $1,385,000. Give me a second, please. Sorry. I don't know how to do this. We have received already on August 31st, $1,385,000, which includes the $891 in revenue sharing. But the strings attached to it, it can only be spent for coronavirus. Rather than giving us a certain amount for one thing and another amount, they rolled it all together. Then what it will do is free up a portion of the contingency fund, $490,000 in general fund. So it works out. And my question to Doug James was, if we had, with that knowing revenue sharing was coming, did we have certain things we meant to do with it? And we did, but we'll be all right because of the contingency of $490,000 that will be there too. The CARES Act is very complicated, and they'll keep working on it and understanding better as they go along. And then Brian Bailey, our Director of Parks, came in, and we talked about the Water Elite property. That is at the Paw Paw River Park. There is a piece of property that we wanted to buy. And what part of the DNR grant is that you will have it assessed to see if there's any pollution or anything like that. And we did spend some money looking at it, and we realized we need to engage a company. And Brian wants to go with Environmental Consultants Incorporated. They've done other things for us, and they expect, they're saying that it'll cost about $5,400 to do this assessment of the property. And then we'll find out what needs to happen and how much money. And again, it will come back to us to say, this is reasonable or this is not reasonable. But you expect something that has been 100 years, and it was part of the, some parts of the other, water. The Paw Paw River was used for the paper company. So it could well be some contamination. They did find that in the earlier, before, when we did the dam and all that, they did find some contamination. They put concrete on it, and there are ways to remedy things. So we're going to look at that real well, because we're very much interested in getting that piece of property. But if it's too much to do, then we will use real, real thought and assessment to see if we should do it. And so we made a motion to go ahead with that company, because it was over the $5,000 that could be spent, without our approval. So we're going to go with that. And then we had a contract modification with the road department with Jason Latham was available. He was on the Zoom also. So if we had questions, we could do it. And it was $5,743.03 over the amount that we were originally accepted the bid. And we wanted to go ahead and do that. It's needed. And then we talked about the groundbreaking at Union Pier and Red Arrow Highway. And it was very well done. And we had a number of commissioners there, Commissioner Scott, Commissioner Harrison, Commissioner Yarborough, and it was just real interesting. And it's going to be just, Jason believes, probably award winning because it will be a streetscape and trees. And because of the partnerships that were created for it, it's going to be very interesting. And a beautiful asset to the townships of, is it Chickamee and New Buffalo and the community of Union Pier. What is Union Pier? A township, a city?
No, it basically where we were sitting, maybe one half of the road is New Buffalo Township and the other half of the road is Chickamee Township, Town Line Road.
Okay.
Union Pier is just a village.
Yes.
Municipality, but not to change the subject, but Commissioner Freeling was also at the groundbreaking.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Help me. Thank you.
Yes.
Commissioner Meeks is also there.
And
Yeah.
Commissioner Meeks did make it.
But he did. I saw him. I saw him going to
I
park.
know.
Right.
Okay, well,
Thank you. We had good attendance at that groundbreaking.
Yes.
Yes, we did. And that's, I think, all. Can you think of any other things that we talked about this morning,
No.
commissioners?
No.
Then that's my report, Chairman.
Thank you. That phone that's ringing will stop in a few rings. I'm sorry about that. Any questions for finance?
Mr. Chairman, I have two questions
Okay.
Yes. Oh.
for finance, Mamie.
Yes.
The first question is, you said that the CARES Act money was mixed in with revenue sharing money.
Yes.
Okay. And I think you said the CARES Act money was 900 and some thousand.
No, 490,000.
Okay, 490,000 is CARES Act money.
They
And-
know they don't want it. That's not how they say it. They say the amount was $1,385,000 was the CARES Act money. But we won't receive the 891,000 that was expected for revenue sharing. But we will, and we already have received it August 31st.
Okay, so is that what you were referring to about creating a CARES Act account that 1.3 million will be put into?
Even before we talked about this money, we talked about having a CARES Act line because we will be receiving all kinds of money. We've applied and sent in for different things and nothing has come, but this 1,385,000 did come and it will be put in that account.
Okay, and it can be only spent in those three areas that you identified?
No, but it has to be spent for coronavirus. Should there be other things that we do? And there will be other things, probably even like hiring the people that are in the administration building. Administrator Dissett, will you tell us some examples?
Yes. So,
Is it talking?
yes, I'm going to update the board, Commissioner Yarborough and the board. If you could just mute your Zoom, we're getting some significant feedback. With that said, the Finance Committee was updated earlier today by Doug James from the Finance Department. I will forward a copy of Doug's report to the Finance Committee, to the full Board of Commissioners. In summary, Doug noted that we've picked up 1.38 million in the form of CARES Act payment. He goes on to note that the downside to the CARES Act is our our state revenue sharing for the month of August to the tune of 891,000 was then eliminated. What was discussed with the finance committee was reimbursing the county $490,865 into our contingency fund. So since March, as we've had expenses hit the county, everything from buying PPE to any of the expenses tied to the corona response, we've been paying for that using the contingency line item. The contingency line item has just been the catch-all for everything related to coronavirus. We're reimbursing the contingency line item using the CARES Act payment. The thing we also tried to make clear to the Finance Committee is that this is not the only payment that we anticipate. The CARES Act is being pushed out by the state of Michigan in a variety of departments. Department of Treasury is one. That's where this is coming from. We know that the Michigan Economic Development Corporation is also planning to push payments out to local units using community development block grant funding. We anticipate that will be coming in the coming months. We've also applied for reimbursements for payroll, applied for reimbursements related to other expenses. So we anticipate that more dollars are coming. And then it was also noted at the Finance Committee that should a second stimulus round hit, that even additional dollars could come. Now, to Commissioner Curran's questions, I will push this memo out to the full board later today so that you can all see exactly what was discussed.
Okay, great. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Yep.
My second question, Mamie, is you made reference to CARES Act money for local government. Is that coming through the county to local government, or is it going directly to local?
I don't know. I wrote that there and I thought it meant us. The CARES Act Create Fund. Let me just look here. Corona.
Believe it's just for us.
That's ours. That's what that we receive is one of those 3 categories, and that one was coronavirus relief for local governments, meaning that it's for Berrien County. There will be other governments that will get it, but these are the 3 things that some of this money we've applied for will cover.
Okay, so the way it's worded, we are local government.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Those are our 3 categories.
So,
Mr.
Jim,
Chair,
this is Bob Harrison. This is part of the shell game the state is playing to balance the current year budget and push some stuff off into next year. So it's really not much of a surprise, to be honest.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
I'd like to make one comment, Jim. Maybe Brian could explain it better, but I questioned the CARES Act money and us not getting revenue sharing, because revenue sharing is in the Constitution.
Yeah.
And we're not getting that now. So it's going to be some money shuffling. And Brian did give us a good explanation of it. But yeah, so all they're doing, to me, what it seems like they're doing is they're throwing us a bone. We're not giving you this, but we're going to give you this. But you can only use it for this. And whether they have the ability to do that or not, I don't know. But we kind of discussed it a little bit.
And let me say to you is that the amount, again, I say we've already received it, August 31. And then as I look at my notes, I told you in the CARES Act, there were 3 categories that we considered money for, and we've already requested $891,000. Don't look at the million sum. This is in addition. We haven't received it, and we don't know if we'll receive all of that or not. But we did on those 3 categories request $891,000. Thank you. That's my report.
Thank you for that.
Ezra, revenue sharing is constitutional for Not for counties. For counties, it's by statute, which means the state can take it away if they choose to, the way the statute is written. But the cities have a constitutional safe harbor for revenue sharing. We do not.
All right, thank you. I had that question because I thought it was, I thought we were getting a bone thrown to us, well, we're not giving you this, but we're going to give you this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Bob put it quite well. Any other questions for finance? If not, are there any commissioner reports?
Mac, Commissioner Scott, I just have one thing. I'm leaving Saturday and I'll be gone until the 22nd. We're going to ATV riding and camping in the mountains of Utah. So I won't be at next Thursday's meeting. So if you're not going to be there, then we need to consider someone for a vice chair if you're not going to be at next Thursday's meeting. I just wanted to make you aware of that.
Don't hurt yourself.
Okay, thanks.
No, not this time. All right, thank you.
Anyone have anything else? Okay, Brian, do you have anything?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, it's noted in your packet, just a reminder about next week's budget hearing. I just wanted to restate, I'd sent an email to the full board, just noting that if any of you are desirous of spending several hours sitting in the Board of Commissioners conference room with me, we do have a few seats available. Just send me a direct email or give me a call. Those are my comments, sir.
Very good, thank you. We'll pause for general public comments now.
Tony Benhart from Sodas Township. Why is it that the general public wanting to view information on the road department website must go through Facebook? That info should be available as on the county website. I asked him if there's particular information that he's seeking and he hasn't gotten a chance to respond to me yet. I'm going to ask one more time for any more public comments.
Is anyone else having audio breakup?
I hear it.
Okay, maybe it's just me. I'm getting about every third word.
From when I'm speaking in the boardroom, Matt? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was okay.
Can you
right
hear
there.
me?
Terry?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having audio issues.
Might be a broadband issue. I don't know, just saying.
That's the second time you said that today.
I know that.
The situation with Doug James, earlier, I asked him to find out there was a setting problem on the Surface Pro. So maybe that's the case. If we're having problems with them, if we need to get them in here, we can get an IS person to come take a look at them. We have no more public comments, Matt.
Okay, thank you. Any business under other business?
I have an item, Mr. Chair.
Come again?
Commissioner Curran, I have an item for other business. I have an.
I'm gonna have to learn how to read lips.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Jim.
Let's try.
Okay, thank you. I think before the chair got on, Annette explained the Community Corrections Advisory Board. We need to make a change there. So I would like to make a motion that we replace Scott Schofield with Judge Jennifer Smith on the Community Corrections Advisory Board with term expiring December 31st of 20.
So for those of you who couldn't hear that was a motion to replace Judge Scott Schofield as the circuit court judge on the Community Corrections Advisory Board with Judge Jennifer Smith, and the terms expiring 12/31 of 2022.
Very well said, Annette. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
There's another public.
there's another comment. If I might say, I've let my wife Barbara speak, and she wants to make a public comment to the
Because it would
board.
not go
It
through.
would not go through Zoom. So I don't know if it's appropriate or not. Would that be okay, Chairman?
Donnie, we have to finish my.
I basically audio through right now, Don.
I will second Jim's motion, Commissioner Hugel.
Commissioner Harrison, I'll second it.
Okay. Well, seconded and thirded, I think. So, and this is to put Jennifer Smith on the Public Correction Advisory Board. Judge Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Freely,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Hugel,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Meeks,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Walrath,
No.
Yarborough,
Yes.
Chickering,
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 10 yeas and 1 nay.
Thank you. Any other business? Pardon?
She didn't call my name. I said Curran voted yes.
Oh, Curran, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do have that spot. I was rotating. Curran,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. You have 10 yeas and 1 nay.
Okay.
Motion carried.
Other business? If there's no other business, the announcement, reminders on the second page of the agenda, you see budget hearings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, finance next Thursday at 9, our board meeting at 10:30 next Thursday, and Brownfield next Thursday afternoon. Anyone have any other announcements or reminders to share?
Mr. Chair, I believe Don Meeks had something to say about public comments.
Okay.
Yes.
Don,
I would want to know if it was
are
appropriate
you
for
up there?
to get her public comment in on YouTube, and would it let her speak to the board on my
It's not
Zoom?
letting it go through.
It won't let.
It's
Would
not
that be
letting it.
okay, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, if she couldn't get in on YouTube, that's fine.
No. I could get in, but it's not taking my comment. It's not taking the comment that I wanted to
Oh,
post.
really?
Question, yeah, I'm trying to send you.
Let's do it now then.
Okay, so I am Barbara Meeks, 1605 Columbus Avenue. On August 28th, there was a recount. And I was told by County Clerk Sharon Tyler that I would receive my money of $22.50 because I had to pay for 6 precincts and 3 absentee voter ballots. They could not open the 5 ballots. But she said that my check had to come through the county commission. So I'm here today asking that I receive my $22.50. However, on September the 8th, I received a check from the clerk's office for $12.50. No comment or anything, just said non-recountable ballots. So my question is, the $1,000 that I paid was not received when she told me that it had to come through your board. However, it did not. It came from her office. So that's my question. The
Okay.
dollar amount
And I
was
don't
not.
know the answer.
Oh, well, she said it came through your board, so that's why I wanted to make that comment, and I couldn't get it through, so.
All right. Okay, well, I'll ask whoever is the appropriate person to check on that check.
Thank you. Well, I
Yeah.
just don't know what to do with the 1,200 because it's not correct. And so I thought maybe it came through, the 1,000 came from your board because that's what she told me, that the whole check would come through the account.
But there are a lot of things that I don't know, but we will
That's-
find out.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Mr. Chairman.
Don, anything else?
That's it for me. I just want to give her a chance to speak. Okay.
All right, anyone have anything else under other business?
I just have one item, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Curran, just wanted to
Yes,
let
sir.
everyone know, including Ezra, I'm going to steal his thunder, that we have a broadband meeting today at 2:15.
Can't come soon enough the way things are working today, so. Okay, well, does anybody have anything else before we call it a day? All right, we stand adjourned to next Thursday, the 17th of September at 10:30 a.m. Hope you all have a good rest of the week. We are adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.